Yo, people, this is episode 155, and it is fully hosted for the first time in forever. And apparently we forgot how to do it, so it's a little bit of a train wreck. There's a lot of over-talking. There's a lot of people going and getting beers during the episode that led to some distractions. But whatever. It's us. And the only thing I have to say is at the end of this, I reference what I'm about to say now. For those that don't know, one of my very good friends, and we talked about it on this show, Josh Roberts, who put on CaveCon this year. I went to that. We talked about that a little bit. He owns the single greatest comic book store in the entire world, I would say, and that's the Comic Cave in Springfield, Missouri. Well, the Comic Cave, like all brick and mortar comic book stores, it goes through some hard times, and that coupled with the fact of notoriously bad at picking up their stuff subscribers, or even in some cases like this one, very good customers that fall off the face of the earth, because that happens way more than you think. Josh has been left with a pile of mounting comic books, which turns into a pile of mounting bills, because as it turns out, people expect you to pay for those things on both ends, and Josh is such a great dude. He's one of the best comic guys I've ever met. One of the best guys I've ever met, but really one of the best comic guys I've ever met. And it's just coupled with the fact of CaveCon, putting on the cost of putting on CaveCon, and who knows how you recoup that value, or if you ever do. But man, the guy loves what he does, and he loves bringing it to the people of Southwest Missouri. And I want Josh to stay a comic guy forever. So one of the things that very good friend of Josh and good friend of mine, John Oliver, sports writer out of Springfield, freelance, all-around good guy, helper at the Comic Cave from time to time, and he was running security. And I love you, John, but the least imposing security you can get. That's not true, because the Toy Man Toy Show up here has worse. But he started a GoFundMe for Josh, and he was looking to raise, I think, about $7,000. And I think as of now they're at $10,300. But don't let that dissuade you from donating. Keep Josh going. The world is a better place if Josh Roberts is selling comics, and you need to go help. Do whatever you can, whether it's $1, $5, $10, $100, whatever you can afford, do it. That GoFundMe is Save the Comic Cave in Springfield, Missouri, and I will link it and reference it on the description of this episode. But definitely check it out. I know I'm often given hyperbole, and I often say that I'm given hyperbole, but he's one of the best guys in the world, and he's one of the best comic guys in the world, and he genuinely loves that people learn and love comics. And if he can help do that, it makes his day even that much better. So go check it out. Go donate often. Donate some and donate often, like they say, or whatever the saying is. But show him love, because he's showed love to a lot of people for a lot of years. He's even big in his own fundraising abilities for charitable organizations around the Springfield area. And, he was really good about that in the Kansas City area. So he's a guy that deserves all the chances he can get, and he's never really asked for any. This was not Josh that started this. This was the people that love Josh, and it's the people that love Josh who will support him and keep it going. So let's do it. Other than that, this was a random episode with a lot of stuff we talked about, but who cares, because I just told you the most important thing. So just listen to the bomb and enjoy. Thanks. Hey, we are back, and we are accidentally fully hosted today.
Yes. I made no commitments today.
So, up until, literally the last text. I'm in. I'm like, I didn't know one way or the other. But what we didn't know was going to happen was that woman to my cattywampus left, the flop.
Hey.
And then that means, of course, the Bender is across from me.
Yep.
And then last and certainly least in the Heights department of this podcast, it's the Silver Badger.
What's up, party people?
Mean and accurate.
Yeah. It was truthful and hurtful all at the same time.
Yeah, it's truthful. Not really that hurtful.
Yeah, he's used to it. I mean, he's come to terms with his gray hair, his shortness. He doesn't wear lifts, nor will he use Just for Men. He's all natural, that Silver Badger.
I actually got really nailed good on Thanksgiving.
Good job.
Hey. Yeah, not that kind, unfortunately. Yeah, Kelly's uncle goes, yeah, Teddy, looks like Kelly in the face and you in the gut.
Oh,
nice.
Yeah. Uncle pulling on a real good burn.
Yeah.
Hey, I guess we'll just start there. How's everybody's Thanksgiving this week? We'll start with you, Mr. Badger.
Wow. Honored.
That's only because I know how Missy's went.
True.
No one else does.
Yeah.
It was its usual day of driving around a lot and being stressed out, and then ending up getting bamboozled at my parents' house.
Bamboozled?
That last part's a shocker.
Is that your word for drunk?
No, it's my word for my dad, who normally votes Democrat, told me he voted for Holly, and I kind of flipped out a little bit.
Oh, shit.
That was a tough pill
Because I was hammered.
Nice.
So,
You think his vote was the one that put him over the top?
Yeah.
No, because my mom made a face turn, and she voted for Claire McCaskill. It was crazy.
That is a
How did you
bizarro
deal with
day.
the role reversal in your family?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Didn't take it well.
I'm
also mad at you for being nice, Mom. Don't you ever
No,
be
she
on my
told me,
side
I
again.
go, wow, I'm impressed. And my dad goes, well, I canceled it out because I voted for Holly. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
So would you say that's like the worst Thanksgiving you've ever had? Like,
No. It
Like,
was fine.
no?
Did you once get your head trapped
No,
in
it
a
wasn't
turkey?
the worst because I didn't have to go to 3 Thanksgivings this year. I was supposed to. But
no, I mean like they're like a real true
Jolt to the
life.
system.
Like, holy shit! Like, I don't know, a fight breaks out or fucking the turkey falls on the floor.
No, because my family, someone's always mad or yelling at somebody,
Oh.
so there's always a little drama.
You guys
Nothing
are Catholic, so-
Yeah, yeah. A lot of repressed rage that comes out only through alcoholism. So,
I like he didn't just blame the alcohol; he blamed the whole condition.
Yeah,
That he knows
yeah.
It's not the alcohol; it's the alcoholism.
Yeah.
The alcohol is perfectly innocent. It's my inability to stop consuming it that's
Yeah.
the problem.
it was a little weird. Like, my parents usually have a few people over, and it was just my parents, my family, and then my brother. Like, so my sister wasn't there, my extended family wasn't there.
Oh, well, that's a win.
Uh,
Maybe not. What about you, Bender?
It was good. I only went to 2 places. Rachel's dad's and back to my house. Because we were hosting my family. It was a smaller one this year. So Rachel's dad was okay. We were only there for like an hour and a half, long
Not
enough
bad.
to eat. And then, not enough time to get into any political arguments.
Sure, it is.
And then we went back to my house.
I feel like if you want to start a political argument, you can always.
I
that.
went all in this year to not talk politics at all.
That's a smart move.
I
Yeah.
just decided it's not worth it anymore.
Yeah.
But anyways, so then we went back to my house and we had my parents, my grandparents, and my neighbors over, and that was it.
Do you feel like it's not worth it because you constantly feel like you're paddling in the opposite direction?
Oh
of
yeah,
the flush?
yeah. It's just I'm not changing your fucking mind. You're an idiot.
It's not working. Yeah. What about ours, sweetheart? You wanna just weigh in on how good of a Thanksgiving we had?
It was pretty good. Jeremy got his turkey. I told him all we were going to have was ham, and he got turkey.
She lied to me twice. She was hitting 0 for 2.
Who the fuck gets ham on Thanksgiving?
My wife
People
does
that
not
don't like turkey
Yeah.
like me.
She don't
I
like
was
turkey.
all down for the ham. I'm fine with ham.
She's like, I don't think you're getting turkey because no one's brought it up, and I was like, it's Thanksgiving. Surely I'm gonna get
gotta
turkey.
have turkey.
Got turkey.
So at
Both-
Friends Thanksgiving,
both
you
places.
never eat Thanksgiving?
I don't.
I mean, you never eat turkey at our Friends
Well,
Thanksgiving?
she can't eat Thanksgiving, John. Thanksgiving is for everyone. It's not a tangible thing.
That's what I meant. That's
if
why I meant
turkey
turkey.
is the only meat, I will eat it. But if you put ham and turkey in front of me, I'm going to choose ham.
even if it's like
No.
a smoked turkey or a fried turkey?
It's all the same.
Dark
It all
meat
tastes-
and
That's
light
crazy
meat?
talk.
I'm racist. I would never eat dark meat.
Oh, you're the worst. I don't know if we can be friends anymore.
Yeah, a little
No,
hot
I feel like once turkey cools off, it's just I don't like it.
Yeah, warm
But
it
like
back
every
up.
meat's like that, though,
Look,
really.
Meat you cannot warm up. Chicken has a weird taste when
She
it
will
is
not eat
rewarmed.
leftover chicken at
What?
all.
Unless it's smothered in something.
Yeah.
You have
Awesomeness.
a lot of issues going on here.
Yeah, I don't like to mix my
deep dive
meats.
in
I
there.
don't eat
This
meat
is,
with bone in it. I don't eat anything out of the
This
water.
Thanksgiving segment was brought to you by a flashback to the unpopular opinion episode.
Yeah.
And further, the division of the alliance grows.
Yeah. Gotta be honest, this is weird.
Yeah, figure.
Honestly, though, I've never had dark meat, so I don't know. It just looks not great. And don't be
She's-
an
she's
asshole over
pretty good.
there. I'm talking about the turkey.
I mean, I
Pretty good.
can make it.
that hole keeps on getting bigger.
Yeah, so we had a fairly solid Thanksgiving. We did my family on the day of down in southeast Missouri, and we did her family on Saturday like we always do. And
Yeah.
we were there for about 4 or 5 hours, and
Nice.
yeah, not bad.
Yeah.
It went as expected as always.
Yeah.
So,
Nothing wrong with
It
that.
could have been worse. It could have been bad weather in both situations, and
That
all
was
of
a
us
lovely day.
stuck in a house together.
I think what the world wants to know, though, or at least I want to know, is how Blackout Friday went.
It was fun. I did not make it to Fast Eddie's though.
What?
I
Stuck a fork in you, huh?
No, I just So Rich was Black Friday shopping until about 2.
With your son.
Yeah, he went. He
In the
liked it.
afternoon.
Yeah. So they went from like 5 to 2. So I had the kids.
Yeah.
Yeah, it sounds awful.
It does sound awful.
So it was me and the kids at home, or me and the little ones at home, Vera and Harrison, and hung out. I watched The Outlaw King on Netflix.
Oh, how's that?
Highly fucking recommend it.
Oh, man, that Chris Pine
it was
pulling off a
great.
British dude or whatever he's supposed to be.
He's
Irish.
Robert the Brute.
He's Robert the Brute.
Scottish.
Oh, that's right. This
And,
is what happened after
William Wallace dies.
Yeah. All
and
right.
it was good. I
may
enjoyed
watch it.
Yeah,
I may
I think
watch it.
so.
But besides that, then I was on my way over. I was like, "Where are you guys at?" And like, we've been at Fast Daddy's for like 3 hours. We're gonna go over to Cat Daddy's. Have you ever been to Alton? Like beside any other bars in Alton?
Yeah,
like,
Old
besides.
Bakery. We went to the Cellar Bar on my birthday.
Yeah, I don't know if we should tell people about that.
Oh,
bar.
yeah, that's fine. That story's been out there.
Yeah,
and,
Cellar Bar is a gross place.
I've had lunch and had some drinks at some of the various places around
Well,
there.
yeah, like if you go past Old Bakery to the left,
Old Town
like a little Old Town strip area.
And then if you drive down the river road, there's a shit ton of stuff.
So we just hit all those bars in the Old Town area. We went to Cat Daddy's and then some Irish place. And
That's the place I've had. Did you go to the place with all the horse racing on the wall and stuff?
No, we didn't do that one. There's a new one called like Firehouse or Firestone or Fire something or another. We went there.
We know the word fire is in there.
Fire
It was
is
in there.
involved somehow,
Yeah.
yes.
Then we looped back around, went to Old Bakery, and then we headed back north. But I wanted to say, the Irish place is cool.
Yeah.
I had Irish breakfast shot, which I'd never had before. That
Yeah.
was fun.
What's all in that?
It is maple syrup,
Yeah.
Jameson, a shot of orange juice, and Irish bacon, which I didn't know was a thing, and it is.
What the
and
fuck
it's
is Irish
fucking good.
bacon?
It looks like, you know how Canadian bacon's like circles? Irish bacon's just longer strips of ham that they
Well, is
fry.
it Canadian bacon? I was going to say Canadian bacon's not. It's
Your
just ham
cousin-
compared
Yeah, it's like
to
ham
our bacon.
circles.
Your cousin
Good, though.
does those shots, and he was doing those
You're
today.
gonna have to elaborate.
Just the one
Okay.
that always makes mixed things. He's very much into whatever's in vogue in the shot world. If it's involved Fireball or it's
Yeah.
always, oh, you got to try this shot's the best. I'm like, no, I just have to do whiskey.
Well, yesterday
Yeah.
they were
Really
talking about
don't.
making Fireball cheesecake. I'm like,
well,
what the fuck?
yeah, don't get me started.
We started out with the goal of shot a bar, shot and, drink a bar, and
So
that's when we were
violent.
bouncing around. And then
They were up on the north side, though, so I guess it makes sense.
Yeah.
Johnny dropped his beer at the third bar and
Better than
smashed
his
it all
pants.
over the place. And we're like, maybe the shot thing needs to stop.
Yeah.
Then we go to
Yeah.
Old Bakery, and he orders a beer and immediately drops it. So we're like, you're going home,
He's
French.
got the droppies.
So Johnny went home at 4:30.
Don't hand him the ball.
No.
How do you get there?
It's going to be a turnover.
Bomboitis.
Well, how much is an Uber from there?
Alton to
I don't know,
wherever.
probably $100.
Holy shit.
Nah, it's cheaper than DWI.
I was gonna say, yeah.
Or
And
letting him
safer.
sleep in the back of the car.
Let this be a service announcement for all of us listeners out there. Hey,
Yeah.
Yeah.
we were home.
Yeah. He,
that and give a hoot. Don't pollute.
yeah. Old Bakery was cool, though. I gotta say, I think their beers are okay at best.
Their
Cool
porter's
location,
not bad.
though.
We had their porter on Friday night. Our Friday night was we went to the Urge concert,
Yeah.
which the opening band was Logic.
Horrible.
They weren't. Their sound wasn't great. And,
No, nothing about them was great.
and
They're,
I'm gonna
they're
I'm gonna
they
tag
were
them.
a poor man's 311.
I'm gonna tag
Ouch.
them in this, so I'm
I
going
don't
to.
think you should.
Maybe not now.
I don't
But
think they were great.
Maybe you should hashtag Poor Man's 311.
Apparently, they've been together for a long time, but they've been they just reunited again. Like a couple of them moved back.
Maybe
from
that's
LA.
why they were horrible.
But their sound also was very awful.
Isn't Steve Ewing the lead singer of them, too?
No.
No. He's associated with them, though. right?
now who's racist?
Yeah,
they're
it's-
both black
it's a
guys.
black
They
guy.
don't look the
Okay.
same.
Bald, short, black guy, Mr. Racy McRacerson.
Which, by the way, talking about Steve Ewing, is in phenomenal shape.
He is. Well,
his age.
but we're
Mr.
not
Universe.
Yeah.
We're not getting to there yet. We're going to get to the
Competitive
I
next
just
now.
wanted
band,
to throw it out.
which was Fragile Porcelain Mice, whom we've saw
I haven't heard of them
before.
before.
And they were booed off the stage the last time they opened for the Urge.
Man, them Urge concerts are rough.
Well, he even apologized.
Were we at that concert? Because I do
Yes.
not remember
Oh,
that.
the crowd booed constantly.
Why?
Even when Steve said, I want to thank Fragile, he was awful. And maybe the lead singer was going through some demons because he insinuated that maybe some things weren't going right in his world at that point.
In his own personal world?
Yeah.
Oh,
and
God.
maybe that, spilled over onto the stage. But they killed it Friday night. They were awesome Friday night. And I'm not even really into their songs, but musically they're great.
Okay.
He comes out in weird stuff all the time. He's wearing a red Catholic priest garb with the white top, a red robe and a white top, and by the end of the show you could see that he was just wearing shorts. And
isn't that like when you're a monk, if you're the Catholic priest in the red?
No,
Sound like
it's
a
our
bishop.
cardinal.
Yeah,
Bishop
it's like
or
a
cardinal?
bishop, yeah.
Yeah, like bishop. But so yeah, that was a good
Whatever.
show. And so speaking of not making it, for the first time since we've been a couple, we did not finish the Urge concert, and they were tearing it up.
They were really good.
Were you just
I
tired?
was
You
were hammered?
We stood
I
for
wanted a
4
taco.
hours, and we were a little
Just
drunk.
wanted a
I
taco.
wanted a taco.
She hasn't ate Taco Bell in like 3 years, and she's like, "Yeah, I'd kind of dig it. I want some Taco Bell."
Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, we had some pie before, and that's where we had the Old Bakery Porter, which is not a bad porter.
Listen,
No, it's not.
I'm
Yeah.
closing in on 30 times of seeing the Urge, so
Yeah.
I don't make it till the end. I'm okay.
We also, like grown-ups, did the coat check at a concert. First time we'd ever done that.
Yeah.
You guys are grown up.
I know.
Yeah.
We went
Paul, Chris Rock, and Adam Sandler. We got the real grown ups right here.
Grown-ups 3.
Yeah.
So we went over to the coat check, and I said, "We'll get our coats, and if the next song's awesome, we'll stay a couple more songs."
And it was not.
It was not. It was a song off of Galvanize, which is not a bad record. It's just not the old stuff for us.
Sure.
Yeah.
And we were just both. I was thinking in my head, like, wow, they're tearing it up tonight. Steve's on point. I could really go home if. And then she leaned back and says, we can leave if you want. I'm like, done.
Yeah.
But the moment we took a sidestep out of our spot, because we always get there early enough where we can kind of hunker down, and we're tall, so people are already pissed behind us. But the moment we took 1 inch out of our spot, people were swarmed into our spot.
The cousin to the band Logic, the drummer for the band Logic, she was there just to see Logic, and she was very short, and she bought me a beer to let her stand in front of me.
That was nice of
Aw,
her.
that's how you do it, shorties.
I wasn't gonna
Yeah.
I wasn't gonna make her buy the beer. She was just so nice about
She
asking.
actually asked. She wasn't a bitch and was like, "I'm gonna get in there." Like
Yeah.
that.
Like,
That
there
short
was another couple, and then so I started talking about them very loudly, and they
Yeah.
eventually just backed away.
Yeah.
As you're staring them down with your icy desk.
Just constantly saying these people have no idea of spatial awareness over here. And,
They were on Jeremy's back.
well, they really
basically.
were. Yeah, they sucked. But overall good time. But yeah. So I did want to go from your Blackout Friday and our Steve Ewing concert and talk about the other big event on
Can I
Friday.
ask a question though?
No.
Are you a Urban Chestnut fan? Bender?
Yeah, sorta. Yeah.
So which would you say is?
I think Urban Chestnut's better because they have more variety.
Okay.
Oh, see, I think Urban Chestnut's fail is their lack of variety.
Hey, but have you ever been to their beer
Yes, both of them.
house or whatever?
Yeah.
Man, there's like 20 beers there all the time.
It's all German style.
I feel like they all taste like the Zickel.
Yeah, they're all German.
Yeah.
Well, they're all everything's
Little
German.
puckery.
Last 2 times I went, which was in the summer, they had several different session IPAs on tap that I enjoyed.
So the first time I ever went to there was their original location, and
Yeah.
they had some awesome beers on tap.
Yeah, they had some good Russian stouts and stuff.
And then the next time I went, it's been so hopefully they're getting a little more. I think their problem is very limited in what they release in terms of.
yeah, in the stores, I agree, but
And-
at their location, I don't.
But I've been to the location a bunch of times too, even in the Grove, and it's never really excited me. Now I will say this: it's the best brewery, like
Yeah.
in terms of
Oh, yeah, experience.
Oh,
Yeah,
both of their
drinking, yeah.
locations are great.
awesome.
I think.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah, I think Old Bakeries is a really nice venue. I just think that their beers are very average. I
Yeah.
haven't had one that's just like, I got to get this every time I come
well,
here.
your question ties into what I was going to do anyway. So,
Oh well,
speaking.
excuse me.
Well, you gotta do
No,
more like
that was-
Well, excuse.
I actually don't know where that came from
I don't
because
know.
I was actually more or less saying good segue, Missy, to the BCS Black Friday event
Yeah.
that dominates the market every year, regardless of the beer snobbery in the world. It's the one day a year that truly snobby can overlook that Goose Island is not a craft anymore, and they all line up in droves to get these beers. In fact, I got one today, and the only reason we got it today is because Mr. Thomas brought it over.
Yeah, Bender and I are always pretty good about stopping by and bringing our own beer, thanks to having the studio space.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of, I owe you money.
You don't know.
And the local Dierbergs had 2 of them just sitting there in a grocery cart.
Yeah,
just like-
and now they're two of the commons, and
I didn't know there was a difference.
Yeah, there's rares and commons. And
Okay.
I think it's all about the color of the little label, right?
Yeah, you can tell it. Well, and so we've got one big fan of the show, or one fan of the show. I don't know how big he is.
Just one.
Philip K. Rerat.
What's up, Rerat?
He's pretty big.
He posted a picture on Instagram, and I didn't comment on it. But he's like, it was all the BCSs, and he's like, going to hold these till 2020 or 2021, and then I should have a 5-year variant. And then, friend of the show, Jason Kiefer, who always listens to our show pretty diligently, he posted, he loves that beer enthusiast page.
Okay.
He's always commenting.
I've never posted on that.
I don't even think he loves it ironically like I do. I think he just loves it. He posts constantly on there, and he put Illinois is pretty thin or something. I've been running around for a few hours at a bunch of places. I've managed only to both of those guys, and I love Rerat and I love Kiefer, although we're going to get into Kiefer here in a little bit. I wanted to post to both of them. You do know the best thing about beer is drinking beer.
Yeah.
It's not driving around. Now, I get everybody's got to have a hobby.
Now, I feel like
it's a
I
good
have to
little hunt,
interject
though.
here. I feel like Keither. I just imagine Keither Sutherland running around going, "Tell me where the Bourbon County is now."
Jack Bauer did it up.
Yeah.
But, I mean, they like all that effort, and I can go buy what you brought, a Schlafly Oatmeal Stout, or a couple of weeks ago, Abraxas came out, and there was a pretty big rush for it, and I've had it on tap, and get the exact same drunk. And, by the way, the Bourbon County Stout's always good. I've never had one that I was like, wow, this I wish they would make this more. Because it's an imperial stout, aged in bourbon barrels.
I think their argument would be that they don't necessarily do it to get drunk. They just do it because they enjoy the taste.
Well, then you're drinking the wrong beer.
It's a fun hunt, I guess.
I guess.
Everybody's got a hobby.
Well, you know what? So Abraxas came out a few weeks ago, and I went by the beer sauce shop in between Hayden's soccer games for a tournament. And it was a 20-30 minute wait in the beer sauce shop to get your to get it.
Okay.
I said, no. I'm to the point in my life where I've had enough beer that I can't fathom standing in line for over 30 minutes to an hour or chasing all day to get beer. I don't do it for comic books anymore. I wouldn't do it for sports cars. I mean, it's just at the end of the day, and I feel like with the growth, the fact that craft beer industry is still growing, that we're at like what, 2,000 in this country.
Yeah,
there's a good beer that you don't have to fight for.
I agree. I personally want to do it, but I get it, and I can't knock it because I just spent probably 30 minutes in line at Blue City Deli the other day. And I'm sitting there the whole time like, why am I doing this? 9th Street Deli is right down the street and just as good.
It is not just as good.
Yeah, you're making Bender mad over there.
Blue City's better than 9th Street.
I like Blue. Well,
is
but again,
it 30-minute wait better, though?
Right. That's the thing.
It depends on how much work I didn't want to do when I got back to work.
Well, that's also a good point.
Yeah.
But I mean, just seeing people post on that app, and then seeing and then there's also that one asshole that on Kiefer's thread put a picture of like 4 cases of it.
Yeah,
you're the problem.
Douchey.
And he's like, I see people pictures with cases. Oh yeah, you know why? Let me answer that for you, Keith. I know you'll listen. Those people are assholes.
So I want to segue into a story, if that's all right.
That is okay.
So the Thrillist, which is like a website kind of like that's been, had an article a couple weeks ago about
Allow me to interject real quick.
Yeah.
Also, a better description. It's the most thrill website out there.
But it kind of ties into this, though, where the article was, I found the best burger in America, and I killed it. And what happened was this guy went around for a year and ranked the top 100 burger places in America. And he said he ate like at 1,000 different burger places. And he found a tavern in Portland, Oregon that he loved. And he said when he went in there that day, walked right in, got his burger. Once that review came out, they started having lines of 3 to 4 hours. And it ruined it. Eventually, the owners, they couldn't handle the stress. They couldn't handle the wait times. They closed the place down.
Wow.
And I feel the same way with like beers.
I would have sold that recipe, though.
Well, he might open it again in a food truck or something like that. But the point of the story is like the same thing with like Bourbon County. Like, what makes it so great?
The limitedness. What makes Pappy Van Winkle so great?
Yeah.
It's very limited. Is it a better whiskey than, say, Copper Runs in Missouri or, say, Buffalo Trace, which makes... No, it's just rare.
Yeah.
It's not... it's not an orgasm every drink you take.
Look at these pictures, though. Like, this one guy stuck a Twinkie in his, and,
Dumb.
like, it's just fucking soaking up
Why?
the...
Dumb.
I don't know, but that's too much. Another guy mixed it with Reese's Peanut Butter Puff cereal.
Wait, whoa. You're ruining beer by
Dumb.
mixing it with something?
Disgusting.
And I
And
imagine
you waited in line for hours for it?
I imagine there's also 4 or 5 people that have chugged it on there already, too, because those people are fucking retarded. But real quick note before we wrap up on that, Kiefer also. So Missy and I, one of our favorite Schlafly events, even though she hates the cold that we work, is Cabin Fever coming up in January. Oh, by the way, side note, I can't do no beer, no New Year, no beer. I just can't do it.
I didn't think you would.
No, I want to do it, but we've already volunteered to do Schlafly. It's your birthday month. It's a New Year's party. I'm like, it's just too much.
Wait,
You realize February's only 28 days, right?
I'm doing February, baby. Doing February.
So yeah, are you doing the no beer New Year?
No, it was just me.
It's just you. That's right. That's right.
And I've
You've already tapped out.
I've stand before you and flip flop.
So was it no beer, New Year?
New
or
Year, no beer.
But you were going to have whiskey sometimes?
No, I was not going to do
wine?
anything. That
Okay.
just doesn't sound as cool.
Okay.
Yeah, but I can't do it because we've already volunteered it like that.
The
But-
Schlafly,
So
yeah.
Kiefer, who did it last year with us, he sent me a message this morning and said, "Hey, you guys doing this?" And I said, "Yeah." And he goes, "Great. I wanted to work with you two." To which I said, "Okay, well this year you're not allowed to steal my fucking material, asshole. You gotta get your own
Yeah,
shit.
you gotta write your own
He's gonna
jokes.
steal my shtick,
Yeah.
and he's gonna be
I'm
louder
going to
than
have
me.
to stand
So
in
what is
between
your
you two.
stick?
Just anything. Like, so if I would,
What was
I,
your thing last year?
I don't remember, but
Being
I
the center of
talk loud.
attention?
I talk loud, and I try to get him, and he just would repeat what I would say. He was saying my stuff right beside me, or he was.
Punch him in the face once, and it'll
I'm
be
gonna.
done.
And I love the
Jeremy
guy.
was probably like, drink more and I'll look better or something like that.
I don't know, but whatever I said, he would ditto it, and I love the guy, but I'm gonna punch him right in the nose.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just gotta happen.
Well deserved.
Yeah, yeah. He used to be a big fat guy. Now he's a pretty svelte guy with a long beard. And
That guy with
he
a little
used to be
beard.
able to absorb the punches. It's gonna hurt worse now. So you got that coming, Keith, and I know
Yeah.
you're listening. So anyway, what I've got a couple more things to talk about today, but we'll start with obviously we'll start with Missy. Missy, you got anything to talk about in our jump right in?
Do we want to talk about Diddy and his hard times?
I don't.
I'm just kidding.
I really don't.
Dead girlfriend?
Yeah,
Ex-girlfriend?
ex-girlfriend.
Ex-wife?
Baby mama.
Yeah. He had baby mama drama, and he teared up giving the eulogy. Big, I will say this, big on him for giving the eulogy. So, I mean...
There are some days where I wish I would have given the eulogy for my mom, but there is no way I could have stood up there for more than 30 seconds.
Wait, so who here has given eulogy before?
Not
Never.
me. No.
Okay.
Yours is recent, though, right? Your grandpa?
Yeah, it'll be about a year and 6 weeks.
Yeah. What about...
And I'll never do another one, probably.
All right. Well, I'll do one. I'd even do one for my dad and make it sound okay. Make him sound like a bang-up guy. Hey, Dad.
He banged into this car and that
Yeah.
that hole.
What about you, Bender? What's the first thing you got on top of the list?
I watched a lot of movies, but the only other thing, same with the Blackout Friday and this and that. There was a pretty good, interesting article in Riverfront Times this week about
That'd be the RFT.
yeah, RFT.
Yeah, you know me.
The about how St. Louis and other sad towns like ours that are where young people leave and move on to more exciting cities, but come back for Thanksgiving. Which
Is that
is
true, or is that just a very broad generalization?
I think it's a broad generalization.
I think a lot of people do that, though.
Yeah.
I think that's every city in the world.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
they had some data this year on they call it Skanksgiving or whatever, and we used to do it.
I've heard this. I've heard of
So-
Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Yeah.
St. Louis calls it skinks.
Yeah,
Yeah.
St. Louis calls it Skanksgiving, and we used to do the Wednesday night before in college.
Used to
obviously.
be the biggest party night in
Yeah,
America.
and it's if you're in St. Louis, it still is. Like they
Oh,
had
no,
the
it's
data.
everywhere, they
Yeah.
say, yeah.
No, not like that's what I'm saying. It's everywhere in like smaller cities, like here in like Indiana, places like smaller Midwestern cities, but like the bigger, more populated cities like L.A. and New York, Chicago. They said they analyzed Google data, Google search data for Wednesday nights
Okay.
and Friday nights before and after Thanksgiving, and in larger cities where people go to have a career or whatever, it's usually Chinese food or pizza or things like that. In St. Louis, from basically 6 o'clock on all of the Google and on Wednesday nights in St. Louis is nothing but bars, like bar specials, everything is
nice.
fucking drinking.
I used to love going out that night.
And it was
It's
cool
like,
to
yeah,
watch
it's
'cause
your
they had-
unofficial high school reunion. most
Yeah,
of the time.
that's what they were saying, but they had like the trends, like in the Google searches and everything, and like graphed out data, and it's kind of nerdy to watch, but it was cool to see it just fucking dip to nothing on Thursday, and then immediately at Friday at like 2, it jumps right back
The
up the
question
bars.
is, though, was turkey sex the number one search on Pornhub? I mean, that's the big question.
Oh, I don't know.
Because you know there's a guy in a turkey suit.
Yeah.
Stuff the turkey.
Yeah. Or
well,
she in a
I
turkey
She
suit.
is a turkey. Either way. Could be
Yeah.
either one.
I feel like we need to start a new tradition where on Black Friday you watch nothing but black porn.
Yeah, you
there
said
you go.
that. Yeah, we got
I
that
feel like
text.
that needs to be
I'm
Yeah.
on board with your suggestion because you didn't say parn.
Pirn.
Yeah, so-
turn in the storm.
No, I just thought it was an interesting read that St. Louis. Yeah, we have a lot of problems, but we still like to get drunk and repress those problems for a couple days.
That might be the part of the
Seems
problem.
like-
I was going to say the problem is that we drink too much.
Yeah.
I'm no therapist.
I just thought it was an
But-
interesting read. Yeah.
What about you, Thomas?
So, pop culture wise, started Narcos season 4, but it's
Mexico.
Yeah, and it's-
Narcos Mexico.
Yeah, and so far pretty good. Michael Pena is the lead.
I love Michael Pena.
He's really good.
Good stuff.
Funny in Ant-Man, can be serious in things like Fury. I mean, he's a good guy, good actor.
Yep, and then the guy in Rogue One.
Yeah.
He's like the main bad guy.
The assassin.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he's got his shit together. They're gonna do a
He's the
show
bad guy in
about
that
him.
one?
yeah.
Yeah.
It's
They're
good.
do- yeah,
so
they're
far
doing
it's
a show
good.
about him.
Did you guys watch Narcos?
I've never
No.
watched it. No.
It's on the. It's one of those I want to pull the trigger on, and I just
The
haven't.
problem with Narcos is you have to watch it. Like your eyes can't
Yeah, 'cause you
deviate
gotta read
because
it.
it's like 80% of it's in Spanish.
Yeah.
But I feel like I'm learning Spanish a little bit.
No,
Yeah.
we'll
I don't
never
know.
watch that with Missy then.
Can you come to my daughter's volleyball practice then?
Yeah.
The head coach is broken English, and
Spanglish.
the conditioning coach speaks zero
It's like
English.
Dominican. And they
Oh,
barely
wow.
speak to each other. So.
I'm not sure how these games are going to go.
Who knew St. Charles was such a melting pot?
We did watch the Christmas Chronicles last night as a family from Netflix.
Was that any good?
with what's his face as Santa Claus?
Kurt Russell.
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 It's on Netflix?
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's a Netflix
That was a
original?
Netflix
Okay.
movie. Yeah.
Is it
Pretty
good?
good. Pretty good. Pretty
And
good.
it's got Winston from New Girl. In
It does
apparently.
in a minor role, but
Does he?
good. But just as important for this guy, it's got some members of the E Street Band in it as well.
Wow.
Because when he's in jail, when Santa gets arrested, he decides to get some Christmas cheer by playing instruments or making music.
Yeah.
So it's a musical number, and he pulls out guitars out of his lapel and
Sure.
hands it to him. And
It
So-
just happens to be these three bands.
right, yeah.
I don't know
Is
that
Kurt Russell a believable Santa?
He's awesome as it, but he's not Santa.
he's
He
Oh, he's not.
he hates the portrayal of the big fat guy that says
Yeah.
he goes, I don't do ho ho ho. That's fake news, which was his joke.
yeah.
he's charismatic, not
He is.
jolly.
He's Kurt Russell. He's
Yeah.
Kurt Russell's a national treasure.
And there's
Yeah.
a good spoiler. I won't say it, but a good. I won't say it because it'll be a spoiler, but a minor, nice ode at the end of it with Mrs. Claus. It's worth watching. So
yeah.
But you had no
So-
problem telling me the East Street Band was in it?
no, well,
no,
It's
that's
Goldie Hawn for sure.
Yeah, hey, I have a question. I don't know their names in the E Street Band. But is that guy's
Stephen
natural
Van-
hair?
No, that's Stephen Van Zandt, who was also in The Sopranos.
I know, but what is his? Does he have hair? Because he
So,
always
he
has like a do rag on
Yeah.
or something.
So he was in a terrible car accident when he was a younger man and basically got scalped Indian style.
Yeah.
And so
not his hair.
not his hair.
He has long hair, like a rock star. In this, like
Yeah.
like
With
a pro
nothing
wrestler.
on his head, so, but,
Yeah.
and I'm like, it looked very natural, but I've
don't.
never seen him with hair.
Yeah, he doesn't do his Italian like mobster acting, so he's awful in acting. I mean, but it's a great scene. It's a fun
Well, he's
scene.
great himself.
Yeah, but he's not being that
Oh,
guy.
he's
in
really
this.
being
He's
Stu?
just being like, well, yeah, I used to be able to play guitar. He's just not good
Right.
delivering.
Yeah.
Yeah, he had a weird accent.
Yeah, it was like he was going for something goofy. So, like we said, pretty good movie. Yeah, worth watching.
We'll give it a go.
That's
Hey,
awesome.
speaking of something else that we did not watch last night, that happened last night, I feel like we're going to hop in the Wayback Machine for this story. Circa 10, 11 years ago, Tito Ortiz knocked out Chuck Liddell last night.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
For Golden Boy Promotions. Maybe one of the saddest MMA fights I've ever seen for one round.
I only saw the quote-unquote highlight. I'm not sure you can call it. In Tito's world, it was a highlight.
Tito looked like a guy that's nearing the end of his physical prime. Like, he's clearly over the hump, but still he's always been a physical specimen.
Yeah.
So when Chuck Liddell was in prominence, Chuck had two things. He was great at takedown defense because he was a good wrestler, and maybe the most devastating two-handed puncher in MMA history. And his fast twitch reflexes were brilliant. None of those things are there anymore.
Well, that's a shame.
In fact, Tito said in the post-fight, he goes, we actually figured he would be so slow that we didn't practice takedowns at all. We just wanted to box with him. Chuck was slow.
What's the
Poor
age
guy.
difference between the two?
Tito's around 40. Chuck looked to be about 60, the way he moved.
Well, his
but
body was in better shape than when he fought because he always had that gut.
I'm going to say 46.
But you could actually see abs on him
Yeah.
now, which
He's
was. I know he's been in shape, but when he's
But he's always had a
fighting-
pot belly.
Yeah, but he didn't. He had less of a pot belly.
Yeah, he's got to be close to. He's got to be around 46.
I'm
but
gonna look it up.
it was just a sad. He couldn't move.
That's sad.
He flung a couple of punches, but you know, I just recently today rewatched Creed. And
Yep.
Rocky has the best line. He goes, "Father Time." He's undefeated.
Yes, he is.
You know, but it was pretty sad. And Tito won via knockout to put up
1969, so he's 50,
told you right here.
48.
49.
48.
That's
48.
old. That's
And
old.
Tito's 43.
And he's not just 48. He's 48 and hasn't fought in 8 years. And Tito's 43 and fought about 16 months ago.
Oh, wow.
Not even that, maybe. So, rough.
That is
it was
rough.
rough.
Yeah.
But I will say this. I didn't see the numbers. I know there was about a little
Well, that's a
less.
trilogy fight.
Yeah, Chuck knocked Tito out twice before for the title each time.
Oh, wow.
Like
in UFC.
Back in the day.
back in the day. Okay.
Yeah. So,
I was like, I just saw a trilogy fight, and I'm like, they're
They're-
gonna fight two
no,
more
no.
times.
Did
Fuck.
Tito still have the blonde hair?
oh yeah. And he.
Way to own a trademark.
Couple of things that were of
He
note.
has no hair.
This was Golden Boy. He's buzzed hair down. This is Golden Boy Promotions' first MMA
Oh, I
fight.
thought he dyed
Okay.
it still. Remember it used to be dyed blonde?
So it was Golden Boy's first promotions. I don't know if it was a success on pay-per-view wise because it was $20 or something, probably about $18 too much.
I wonder if it did better than the Phil and Tiger match. That was
Yeah, I was
also-
wondering.
We'll
about
get
that.
into that too.
Okay.
But it was just over 7,000 people in attendance. That's got to be a pretty good day for him in the gate.
Is it in Vegas?
No, I don't think it was.
Okay.
No, and it was no because then it would have to go through an athletic commission, and I don't know that
Gotcha.
Chuck could clear a medical board.
Yeah, you
So it
shouldn't
probably
fight,
was on
sir.
the Indian casino or something. But
They let Rocky fight?
the other thing of note too, that was an exhibition. The other thing of note is Tito's trademark when he beats somebody is he digs a grave
Nice.
and then he goes and drags the body in and then covers it all up. Well,
Wait, he drags the body of the person he knocked out?
it fake drags them.
Gotcha.
Boxing commission that is Golden Boys or
Yeah.
the boxing promoters didn't realize this and they kept trying to stop him, so he just kept pushing through them to do it. It's like you guys got to know who you're promoting.
Yeah,
Right,
You know?
right.
This is, in fact, I'd argue as a promoter having that clip is one of the things you want, and you fucked it up. You know.
Oh, jeez.
The overall card seemed to be a dud. I looked at the results and read some of it. It was just, that I will say this though, watching it. I watched the whole entrances and everything this morning. It did feel like a big fight. It felt like that. It looked like that arena was really excited, but for all the wrong reasons. It was a bit bad idea.
Yeah,
But
just holding on to the glory
The
days.
other big Black Friday
pass you
thing
by.
was the pay-per-view from Capital One put on the Phil and Tiger, which turned out to be a good show.
Yeah, they went 4 or 5 extra holes out of the
22nd hole. Yeah.
And but apparently the streaming wasn't working very well, so apparently it was very easy to get it for free on Bleacher Report.
Everyone got it for free on Bleacher Report. Yeah. Anyone
That's a shame because wasn't all that money going to charity?
Well, see, Bleacher Report. No, their side bets were.
Oh, well then fuck it then. Who cares?
The Bleacher Report rolled out their new Bleacher Report Live app. For being partners with this and stuff, and apparently you just had to download the app and you got it. So
Yeah, apparently, every bar we bounced around to on Friday was like walking in right away. They're like, "We don't have the Phil Tiger match. We don't have." I'm like, "We're just here to
do you
drink.
have
I don't really give a
liquor?
fuck."
I don't-
How many side bets did they end up having? Do we know?
I don't know. I don't know. I can't believe much if they're doing a couple of 100,000 every time.
Well, the
I
winner
know
got
they're rich.
9 million, right?
Yeah, winner got.
So
And
who won?
Phil
Phil
won
won.
on the 22nd hole. Tiger won the hole on the 18th to send it to overtime. He should have won because he should have birdied the 17th and 18th, and then they sent it to overtime, and then Phil won on the 22nd
So
hole.
were the winnings from this that went to charity, or that went in
No,
their
that
pocket?
went
No,
in
that
their
went in their
pocket.
pocket.
That's a $9
Oh,
million
okay. And then
payoff.
there were side bets that went to charity.
Yeah, which they had to do that. They
And this was
couldn't
the
have-
first time they've done this type of thing, or is this
Yes.
It's well, in modern history, it's the first mega showdown. They used to do these things back in the 30s, 40s, and stuff, but they were never televised, and it was more or less to draw attention in towns and new golf course. But this was a big deal. I mean,
Yeah, they'll probably do
Do
it
they
again.
get along in real life?
yes, they're not best friends, but they
Friendly enough
yeah,
that they
paired up quite a bit. And there was a story a few years ago when Phil finally won his major, and it was talking to their cordial relationship, not friends, but they've never hated each other. So,
Yeah.
and
They're both kind of loners in a way.
it's very hard to be friends with Tiger Woods, apparently.
And Phil apparently too.
Yeah, I get it. I mean,
Yeah.
they're both the most popular two golfers of their era. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, and both probably past their prime, but still way better, closer to the prime than Chuck and Tito were.
Right.
And they still draw a decent
Yeah.
crowd.
Oh, unbelievable!
Huge.
I mean, they're still the two most popular golfers going,
Yeah.
probably.
I think some of the young guys are pretty popular. now,
Tiger's
too.
by far number one.
Tiger's until he's done.
I would say you're probably right. Rory and Spieth might be
Yeah,
above
Spieth
Phil.
and McIlroy are both pretty. Their galleys are
I
massive
don't
too.
pay
Yeah.
much attention, and then I wouldn't know any other real
I mean,
golfers.
Phil said hi to me.
That made me feel pretty good.
Yeah.
I mean, I
He's
feel
like,
like,
hey,
we're,
tall drink of
feel like we're
water.
buds. I said, "You go get him, Phil." And he goes, "Thanks, man." You know, we're buds.
Is there a Hall of Fame for golfers?
Yes.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
Who's
What
in
did-
it? No idea.
My question was going to
I
be,
would
what's
say,
it called? I mean, is
Golfing Hall of Fame.
Say Hagen's in it. Bobby Jones is in it. Jack Nicholson.
Stall for time. I'm gonna look it up.
Arnold Palmer in it.
and where is it located?
I don't know. Probably
Palm
St.
Beach,
Andrews.
Florida.
Fantastic question.
Probably in Europe. I would
Europe.
You think so?
where
Ireland.
golf originated.
Oh, my bad.
Okay.
Come on,
Golf
Iowa.
is really boring. I thought it
What
just
were our
originated
guesses?
here.
Who's in it?
Where
Where it's at? I'm going to say.
I'm saying Palm Beach, Florida.
I'm going to say Scotland.
Fucking Oregon. I don't fucking know.
Oregon?
Oregon.
I don't know.
Jesus.
Why'd you be in Oregon, you
go-
motherfuckers?
Go with Scotland.
Scotland.
Bender's closes. St. Augustine, Florida.
I knew it.
St. Augustine, Florida is a pretty solid guess.
I knew it was
yeah.
Florida.
But Oregon was a great guess, you guys.
Yeah, so they Oregon known for its unique and amazing golf
You know how
courses.
Amazon every year, they're like, where are we going to put our next headquarters?
Yeah.
That's what they did. They were like, where are we going to put it?
Yeah.
Is it going to be Oregon or is it going to be Florida?
St. Augustine. Well, the weather's nicer. Let's go
Yeah.
to Florida.
So Tiger might not be in it, which is crazy.
I think you
I feel
probably
you have
have
to
I
be
don't think- yeah,
be
retired.
Or
active.
closer.
No, because Phil's in it.
He started way before Tiger too, though.
That's true. Phil
Phil's
got in
several years old.
2012.
Yeah.
I feel like if you're in a Hall of Fame, you should not be an active player of any sort.
Yeah, because they got to keep updating your stats, and that's just rude.
And it should be like the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, where you're like, I'm not saying 25 years for the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
25 years from your first album.
Oh, okay.
I don't agree with that, but maybe 5 to 10 after you retire. That's
Like
when you.
sports, like
Yeah.
baseball, football, 5 years.
Well, yeah, I was gonna say you can't do that with golf though, because I mean you might only win one championship your whole career. Or
Yeah,
two
but maybe when you
championships.
go to the senior tour, you're allowed to get in. I don't know.
Yeah. Once you qualify for senior,
I
that
feel
sounds
like
right.
though, if you've won as many majors as Tiger does, they just waive all of the requirements and just
Yeah.
put him in. If
Yeah.
Phil's in 2012, Tiger should be in now.
Yeah, maybe this is his year.
I don't know what it is about it, but it is captivating the fuck out of Tom. Look at
Yeah,
it.
he's all
I'm just
in.
trying to
there.
figure out why Tiger's not in and Phil is.
Well, when you fuck hookers, they're like, you're out.
He's in the
No
Bennigan's
chance.
Hall of Fame.
Tiger's
Because he's
40.
black, guys.
This is
Come
to be
on.
minimum
Well, he's
of
not
40.
100%
Tiger's
black.
40 now, though,
Well,
right?
then he'll get in
Maybe, yeah.
one
I mean,
half sooner than anyone else. I don't know.
yeah, he's going in the next year. Then apparently,
Tiger is?
well, it's apparently you have to be minimum of 40.
No.
Tiger's 42, so I
Yeah.
don't know.
Whoa. You can only get in if you're under 40?
No, if you're
Over.
over 40.
Minimum
Oh, it's
of
like
40.
Oh, I don't know what I thought I heard you say.
I don't know
You'll
why you
get
would
into it.
yeah,
I'm-
well.
Oh, this is going off the rails.
Second
You
best
and I
golfer
are
of all
fighting
time.
later.
I went and saw the new Grinch movie
How was
yesterday
that?
with the kids.
A friend of the show, Jeremy Carter, said went and saw the new Grinch movie. Pretty good. Still
was fine.
Still a good message.
Yeah, good message.
John
it was
Hummel saw
fun.
it. He says it was the first movie you ever saw.
Yeah, it was
Oh,
Vera's
nice.
first experience to the movie theater, and she made it all the way until like the last 5 minutes, and then it was getting
kinda
real
like-
antsy.
kind of like with Jeremiah and Kaylin when we took them to their first movie.
We saw Monsters versus...
No, was it that?
Yeah,
or was
it was Monsters versus Aliens.
We saw it in 3D.
Yeah. Jeremiah did not dig the 3D. Anyways, no, it was good. It was different enough from the Jim Carrey one to...
Sherlock Holmes himself was the voice of the Grinch. Benedict Cumberbatch, the most English-sounding name in the world.
It's live action? I thought it was...
it's animated.
Speaking of it.
Then why are we talking about Jim Carrey? Because that's a live action.
No, I mean the last major... Well, the only other one is the half-hour cartoon.
Yeah, the Dr. Seuss.
And then there was a live-action Jim Carrey one, which was like, an hour and a half.
Which Cindy Lou Who became a big rock star.
Yeah. She's pretty good looking.
She really is kind of hot.
And then this new one, and it was fun. It was a good time. It had a good little message on it.
Love thy neighbor.
It was like...
Don't make dogs your reindeers?
Yeah. I guess I don't want to spoil anything. There's some actual reindeer in there, though.
Oh.
But I feel like...
Can they actually fly?
It deviates enough in the middle, but the last 5 minutes are exactly what you...
Was Rudolph in it?
No Rudolph.
How come Rudolph's never in anything but Rudolph?
Because Rudolph was
maybe he's a licensed character.
Yeah, he wasn't a part of the story. Yeah, he was
because
all... It was
none
Sears,
of that other
right?
stuff is
or Sears
made
and
up.
Robux.
Oh, maybe.
Yeah.
I think they invented him to sell their Christmas year.
Dr. Seuss didn't make him, though. Like, these are all his characters.
No, we're talking about Rudolph.
I know,
in general, Rudolph's not
in general.
Yeah, he's not
probably licensed.
So Hayden said the same thing on that Rudolph thing last night, about Rudolph on that movie we watched last night.
Was he not? Was he in that?
No, he's not. No. Rudolph's not in anything. Like I said, he was made up by.
Wasn't he in the Ernest movie?
Ernest P.
Ernest Saves Christmas.
Probably because it was Ernest.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. But speaking of, since we're talking about animated versus live action movies, I got a real problem with this. Like people doing like the live action Lion King and the live action. It's not really live action if you're not using real fucking animals.
CG. The other problem I had too is people showed the original trailer and
the side by side shot. It's the same fucking movie.
Then you didn't make a movie.
Yeah,
you just copied a movie
and made it way more expensive.
Yeah, and not as good, by the way. Not as good looking as the original.
Like everyone was
all right.
Maybe I'm wrong, and maybe I'm just being a cynical asshole because I do that sometimes. But I just don't fucking care.
Here's the other thing too: when you make it a live action movie and you still add voices to the animals, that's a slap in the face to the original voices, which were classic.
Oh, Jeremy Irons just put a slap in his face.
He's not in it this time.
I don't think any.
I mean, James Earl Jones
is in it. He's in it, yeah. But it's a bunch of new people for the.
Yeah, I mean, I will say Seth Rogen is Pumbaa.
Yeah,
it's the pig, right?
It's funny.
He's the pig, right?
Yep.
Pumbaa's the pig.
Timon and Pumbaa.
That's a solid casting.
Timon?
I don't know who Timon is.
I don't know. We have to look it up.
Big John Oliver is in it.
John Oliver is Zazu, or with the monkey guy.
Yeah.
I
Wait, he's the old monkey guy?
Yeah.
Which is not at all why they
No. You're right. No, I'm wrong. He's the bird. He's the bird.
I figured he was the bird, and I figured Donald Glover was the... or Danny Glover.
Donald Glover
Danny Glover?
Danny Glover. Yeah, Donald Glover is he?
They made a guy a monkey.
Donald Glover,
a
I would
black guy a
assume, is
monkey
Simba.
in the movie.
Well, it was in the original
Don't go
too.
too far.
I'm just saying.
Rafiki, right? That's his name.
Oh, hot take. Lion King is overrated.
It is overrated.
I think the original was great.
I enjoyed it.
So let me just
people love it. Is it that much better than Aladdin? I say no.
I think Aladdin's also considered a masterpiece.
Aladdin, Lion King, Little Mermaid, all of those hold a special place with me because when my parents separated, my dad, when he would have us on the weekends, would take us to movies, and those were the movies they took us to.
Finding Nemo, not
was
as
he
good.
like, I can show you the world.
Yeah.
Divorce, separated.
All right, listen, hold up.
I'll give you the cast. All right. Beyonce is Nala. Eric Andre is Ed the Hyena. Donald Glover is Simba.
Yeah.
Seth Rogen Pumbaa. Chitwala Ejiofor is Scar. You'll know him when you see him.
He's awesome. He's the assassin from Firefly.
Yeah. Billy Eichner is Timon. James Earl Jones, Mufasa.
I feel like Billy Eichner should be a female character.
Florence Kasumba is Shenzi. I guess that's his mom, maybe.
He's flamboyant.
Michael Keegan Key is Bonsai. I don't know who that is.
One of the hyenas, maybe?
Maybe. John Connie is Rafiki. John Oliver is Zazu. And Alfred Woodard is Sabraya, one of the moms, I guess. Again.
Sounds awesome. I bet it's going to make a lot of money.
Oh, it's going to make tons of money.
Did Favreau direct this one too?
I don't know.
Because he directed Jungle Book.
Yeah, and that was okay. I didn't care about it. I thought Pete's Dragon
Well, the
was
thing
better.
with Jungle Book too is there's a statute of limitations. Jungle Book was a very old animated movie.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It just seems, come on, Disney, get with it. At least when
Were they
you're
going to make it a live action Robin Hood?
at least
They
when
just
you're
did.
Or the Fox.
Oh, with the Fox?
I love that one. But at least when you're stealing stories from comic books, it's because you're allowed to steal stories from comic books. Don't steal from your own movies.
Well, and then, like, they're doing Aladdin in Will Smith's Genie now, which I think is kind of blasphemous, too. Like, Robin Williams did a good job at that. Let it be.
Oh, but I mean, that doesn't make it blasphemous.
No, I don't think
you
it's-
look at, like,
I just think
Jack
it's-
Nicholson was awesome as a Joker, but Heath Ledger
Yeah.
was...
I just don't
too.
see the point in making these live-action movies
Also,
CG.
Aladdin's another one that I don't mind being a live action movie, considering Aladdin's an actual story they stole from.
Yeah, I
that
mean,
they
it is an
used
old story,
yeah.
which I guess that's... But, like, Beauty and the Beast, I don't know if you guys watched that. I watched it 47
everybody
times.
loved
It's
it.
terrible.
And they made Gaston gay? Terrible.
And he said
Yeah.
it's terrible. Did anybody go see Fantastic Beasts? Because
No.
it's gotten shit-ass reviews.
No,
Really?
I want to see
Made
it.
a lot of money,
Okay,
but the
here's the one
reviews were
question,
awful.
and I stole this from Twitter, but why is Gandalf wearing a nice three-piece suit,
Yeah,
and now
yeah.
he's wearing some
Hey,
dainty
man.
robes?
Yeah.
Like, when did that change?
Well, but
Maybe-
becomes
That's the movie I want to see,
well,
damn it.
he becomes the headmaster,
Yeah.
and he has to wear the traditional.
Isn't he the headmaster in the...
No, he's just
No,
a
no.
powerful wizard in that.
Once he becomes a headmaster, he's like, I've made tenure, I get paid, I'm going to wear pajamas to work every
PJs
day.
all day. It got really bad, and I've only seen one voice of pro for it on my Facebook friends, and he's like, this is just another example of the critics getting wrong. And that'd be Charlie Norton of the Geekaholics podcast.
Yeah.
But every other post I
I
saw Fantastic Beasts, awful movie.
Yeah, I heard it was a
That's
good nap, but I'll still watch it.
Yeah.
I probably won't go see it in
I
the
actually
theaters.
took a nap when I saw the first one in the theater. Me and Hayden went and saw it, and there
See,
was
I
like a
dug the
10
first
minutes.
one.
I liked it too, but there was a 10-minute
You
spot.
fell asleep
for
with
about
our
10
daughter?
minutes, yeah.
Rachel fell
Weird.
asleep during the Grinch yesterday. I'm like,
Yeah,
you
she's
kind of know the
kind of
plot.
a Grinch, so.
Yeah.
Hey-o!
I got her.
Shots
Boom.
fired.
Anybody got anything else before we start wrapping up or winding down? Mm-mm. Missy, we'll throw it to you.
You already threw it to me.
But this is the throw it to Missy segment, the one of which you are named after, or it is named after you.
You put a lot of pressure on her with
You are,
throw it.
you are its namesake. No, I started with her earlier, and then I threw it to Missy.
You
I
still
like
said
it.
throw it.
I think Missy looks good
Twice
today
now.
because she's looking undercover.
I
Yeah.
know. I got my
She's pulling
Jason
off,
Bourne outfit
she's
on.
pulling off Matt Damon as Jason Bourne. She put on a
Matt
hat, so you
Damon.
can't figure it out. Oh, I get one real quick, spinning off that. I really do want to see the new Sherlock Holmes movie with John
haven't
C.
watched the
Reilly
preview.
and Will Ferrell. At
Yeah.
one point, they say Sherlock Holmes a master of disguise, and he puts on a mustache, and he goes, Watson, and he pulls his gun out. He goes, what have you done with Sherlock? He pulls it off. He goes, it's me, Watson. He goes, you're amazing. And, I mean, those
Those
guys
two work together well.
pretty damn good. I
Yeah.
mean, the Talladega Nights and Step Brothers, both pretty damn
Yeah,
funny
yeah.
and hold up well. What do you got, Bender?
That's it. I literally have nothing.
Yeah.
I'm going to go to a soccer game now.
Well,
Thomas?
hey, those St. Louis Blues really kind of suck. Kelly and I had date night last night, and after
For
two
eight-
periods,
8-4?
I go, fuck this, I want to go. So we left. So
Like Friday night, they looked good.
they did.
To which
They
you
scored,
said,
what,
who are
5
these guys?
goals?
Who are these guys? Well, we found out they were pretenders. So
Yeah.
I'm just waiting for this team to start trading off assets, and
The old, as Scott Boris would say, the stupidest thing a team can do, the rebuilding phase.
yeah, I think it's that time. unfortunately.
Rebuilding typically for a team lasts about 11 or 12 years.
Well, happy trails, Mike Yo. I don't think I've been on the show since he got his ass fired. Yeah,
He gone.
he go.
Good luck, brother.
Hey, we were briefly for a little bit followed on Instagram. I couldn't find him again by DC the Brain Supreme. If you guys don't know who that is,
I do not.
Missed
No.
one half of what would be tag team. Whoop, there it is. Thought
Tag
you knew.
team back again. Jackie
He
Trevecki
followed
just
us.
began.
Apparently,
accident?
apparently, he's a stand-up comic now. He followed us and
cool.
even liked some things, and now he's not following us. So maybe
Aw, I'm sorry, buddy.
I didn't follow him back because
Probably
I thought,
because Missy's racist.
and I thought Cecil
Yeah, he
Glenn's
heard
his real
me.
name.
We'll try to
And-
be better.
Yeah, but I was like, for a brief moment, we got DC, the Brain Supreme. And
I'd
then,
rather have one of the Juggalos.
Violent J or Shaggy Two Dope.
Now, see, if we get Shaggy Two Dope to ever follow us, I'll know we've made it.
I like Shaggy more than Violent J.
I think we'll have to quit.
Violent J was the one that drop kicked Fred Durst recently.
Oh,
in a
yeah.
concert. Yeah.
Missed.
Missed.
Attempted to
Missed.
dropkick him.
Maybe
Missed
the
badly.
worst drop. And I might have those backwards, but whoever it was awful.
Yeah, one of the ICB guys tried to do it, and he
To the point where Fred Durst turned around and was like, what just happened?
Yeah, like fuck this guy.
Yeah.
It was pretty funny to watch, but also what a sad concert.
Yeah. They canceled here for poor ticket sales.
Yeah,
they
I bet.
announced it, and then no ticket sales. We were going to go. We were down. I'd go watch
I would have
it.
seen Limp Bizkit.
I don't want to be anywhere that a large group of people who want to see ICP.
No, Limp Bizkit.
no.
But I thought they were on that tour together.
No,
Like,
they haven't toured together in a long. They hate
why
each
were they
other's
in the
beef.
same venue at that point then?
Because Limp Bizkit was in Detroit,
Ah, gotcha.
and they could.
Oh, they snuck in.
They don't have to. That's their town. They probably just hey, we're gonna go to this show. And
Oh,
then
see, I thought it
snuck
was
on
like
stage
some sort of like giant has-been festival that they were both on.
like the
The 90s Block
Insane Clown Posse invited Limp
Yeah.
Bizkit to the Juggalo
I'm not saying
Festival
that they were-
because they specifically wanted to
No,
be
I'm
involved.
not saying that. I just thought maybe it was like fun shit from the 90s.
Yeah.
Wait, but Dropkick's aggressive. You got to go clothesline from hell if you're going to get some.
Oh, it was
behind the
he
back.
went all in. I'll give him
He
that.
did.
Like
He's a pro wrestler.
we
He
could
does
pull it
wrestling,
up.
so.
We could pull it
Oh,
up.
speaking, I've got
Don't
two
you have to
more.
be paid to be a pro wrestler?
No, it was their own.
Okay.
Yeah, they did. Speaking of pro wrestling, I got two more things, but one will be pro wrestling. Shout out to David Arquette, who's a deathmatch wrestler now. Did you see those
He's
pictures?
done. He quit.
Yeah, he should.
Did you see his long
that's-
apology? I'm really sorry. I made a mockery of the business.
Well, so we were listening on the way back from my
He
parents.
got really hurt,
My
right?
grandparents.
Yeah, he got hurt.
He got
Got
cut
his-
up pretty good.
Well, his neck
which
is
they
all
do.
gnarled up, too.
Well, we were on our way back from my grandparents, and the girls were on their tablets in the back seat. So I put on Joe Rogan podcast with Jake the Snake Roberts because I really wanted to hear that one.
who seems like a dick.
Yeah,
Wow,
but
in
it
the
was.
muck of
But
avarice.
I think the most interesting part was
What do you
Jake
want?
the Snake. They were talking about that video because Jake. He instantly said, "Oh, he's really mad because it's not going the way he wanted it to go." He was probably. He goes, and Joe was like, "What do you mean?" He goes, "Well, I bet he was told he was going to win because if you look, the guy rolls him up and really pins him for a 3 count."
Yeah.
and he didn't go over like he thought he was, probably because the match was so atrocious, and so he got the screw job, so he's done.
Is Jake working in wrestling right now?
No, he's not working. He's just he's making money being Jake the Snake, going around inspirational speaking. and
Okay,
stuff
I was
like
wondering if maybe he was like a booker or something like that.
No,
he is
no.
a phenomenal mind.
that. Yes, he's a tough guy to listen to though, because he is what made him so great in pro wrestling is that he's full of himself.
Yeah.
He still is, in spite of his humility of going through what he went through. Pretty full of himself. That's
Yeah.
why Missy had a hard time with him.
2 things I took from the death match from David Arquette. One, he's in pretty good shape. Got to give it to him.
Yeah, he did
He got
get
in good
great
shape,
shape.
yeah.
And 2, what do you expect when you're smashing fucking light bulbs all over the place that you're not gonna get cut up?
By the
That
way-
looks ridiculous.
Former WCW heavyweight champion of the world, David Arquette.
Yep.
on that movie.
Whatever.
No, because of that movie, the
Royal
publicity-
Rumble, wasn't that the
Yeah,
movie?
Ready to Rumble.
Ready to Rumble. That
And
was
because
it.
of that movie, and they were so big in producing it.
Yeah.
They brought him in on the actual wrestling, and he won the title.
No
thanks
shit.
thanks to Diamond Dallas Page. So,
Oh, good for him.
yeah,
That movie's pretty good.
yeah. I'll take an oatmeal stout.
Self high five.
The last thing I've got is there's some. I expect in the next 4 to 6 months a big Deadpool 3 or X-Men announcement with Hugh Jackman and Deadpool together, because they have been more and more going at it. And Hugh Jackman came out and said he's not doing another movie as Wolverine nor Deadpool crossover because he just doesn't think the fans want to see it.
Yeah, he's wrong.
Yeah, which means he knows damn
Yeah,
well
he's-
the fans.
he's
They're just
trolling for
stoking
a
the
paycheck,
fire.
yeah.
Well, I think the paycheck's there. I
Yeah.
think Logan was phenomenal.
I think if they do it though, they're gonna have to do it sooner than later because that Fox Marvel deal's got to be wrapping up or coming close to the end, right?
Oh yeah, but I think that they've already worked with Sony once on
not
with Spider-Man. But
well, Marvel's worked with something. Yeah,
and I think that everything will be fine. Even
maybe that will put like the bow on it or whatever, and it'll end the whole thing and they
Yeah.
can start over.
that'll be worth it. I mean, that'll be worth it. So
Yeah,
so that's all I got, man. Anybody else got anything else? You know what? I will I'll reference this again.
such a tease.
Wait, real quick though, that Hugh Jackman movie I posted a link to, The Front Runner, looks really good.
I watched the trailer for that about 5 months ago.
Yeah.
and then now it's finally getting steam. Yeah,
I
he
think
looks
it's
good.
I think it's got good reviews, I believe.
Yeah, he looks great in it.
Yeah.
He looks great in it. Pretty
not
notorious
Wolverine
story
jacked,
too.
but you know,
pretty
good.
notorious story for politics. I mean, the what not to do in terms of running for president.
Logan, don't let that woman take her clothes off.
Yeah, no doubt. The one thing I'm going to say here is I'm going to the intro I'm going to do for this will be completely referencing the Comics Cave in Springfield, Mo.
Cool.
Friend of the show, Josh Roberts, is he's not falling on hard times, but the store is a little it's struggling, especially after his big show he just put on.
Yeah.
And one of his good friends and a good friend of mine, a person named Johnny Bravo. Actually, his real name's John Oliver.
John Bravo.
He's created a GoFundMe to help out, and mainly what it is, and Josh is a pretty good guy, and I think sometimes people take advantage of it, and a lot of people haven't picked up their subscription and their special orders.
So good guy, terrible businessman.
No, he's a great business guy. It's odd that this happened to him.
Sure.
This is a comic industry. So, I mean, if you have one guy, for instance, I've had a guy that bought probably $200-300 a month in comics.
Okay.
And he did it for 16, 17 straight months. And then 1 month he didn't come in. Well, there's $300-400 of comics that are just sitting there, And unless it's a massive issue, those things only decrease in value.
Yeah.
They don't go up, and you got to get rid of them because comics are just depreciating from the day you get them.
Sure.
So
like a vehicle.
yeah,
They're
so
perishable, yeah.
I will link that GoFundMe on here, and I'll reference it again when I do the intro. But definitely, if you can spare $5, $10, whatever you can spare, send it his way to help catch up. All he needs to do is catch up. And I also think that this show that he put on,
Yeah.
probably. I mean, it's very
Put him
hard
to
to
read a bit.
and it's very hard to recoup your money on these shows unless you get to the massive level.
Sure.
That some of these are, like C2E2 and Planet Comic Con in Kansas City, and of course San Diego. But it's pretty tough, and I don't want to see him fail. He's been a comic guy he's been a comic guy my entire friendship with him, and I'd like to see him stay that way. So we'll look into it.
Speaking of comics, friend of the show, Drew, wants to challenge Bender to some kind of comic trivia.
Oh.
Oh.
How come
thinks he
not Jeremy?
How come not me?
I think he thinks he knows more than Bender, not you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I'm slightly
In our-
above average.
I'm just trying to promote your guys' show there.
In our video game
I'm down.
in the video game strategy that is our show, Bender would be the entry level, or you would be the beginning boss, Bender
Yeah.
the middle, and then be the final boss.
I think this would be interesting to have. You could make it a live
Yeah, Tom's got to
Facebook
narrate
event.
though.
Or,
All right.
Tom, I can help you make
Yeah.
the questions,
Yep.
and you can read the questions.
I'm down.
cool.
That'll be
I feel
fun.
like this
We'll do
would be
this before
fun.
Christmas.
And I can chime in with the.
It'll be a crossover episode.
Man,
I'm down. I
If
wanna
we
do
were
it.
not, if we were both single, we would be pulling so much tail after this episode.
Hand over fist.
It's sometimes hard for me to keep myself off you two.
Be elbow deep in vajayjay. Hey, let's go ahead and call this a day. And in spite of all your hatred right now,
Hey,
For who?
I always hate them, but I'll always love them just as much. They're like my kids.
Yep.
Literally.
Oh wow.
Let's
I don't
go.
think they're literally your kids though.
yeah, literally, I think you used that word the wrong way. But
Yeah, I think so.
we're done with him. Go ahead.
Hold on to your butts.
Bye.
And the music is played. That's just what no one can see is the tears that are falling down the cheeks.